And oh boy, my hands are, oh boy, I just caught the whole house on fire. Hey friends, it's me, Micah. This is the Homestead Bandwagon. Checking out a couple things today. These Wera, W-E-R-A, I know it's German, you figure it out. Insulated screwdrivers. Just real quick look at these. And then these Wera insulated screw holder thingamadoos. We're going to check them all out. Let's just jump right into it. So these screw holders were something I just got. I've been using the insulated screwdrivers for a while, and there's some really neat things about these. One of the things that are great about these, and I use them all the time, first of all, they're insulated, so you know, if you're working inside an enclosure and you accidentally, tap the side and you're also touching a wire, you won't ground out if something dumb's going on, like you forgot to turn off the breaker. Who would ever do that? Or, just freak things. I was working on a ladder one day and was working, once again, I got a bunch of stuff that's surface mounted in here, and I don't know what happened. Something was a little screwy, and a neutral wire of all things hit the side of an enclosure and blew a breaker. I don't know, weird things happen. What I'm getting at is these are insulated. I like that. Working inside a place where you just want to be extra careful. These are great. They could save you from a lot of pain and agony. What's also very neat about them is the ends of these, not all of them, but the ends of your Phillips heads and one of your flat heads, and we'll get a close-up here, but they're, what would you say? They have serrations in them. The idea being that these will hold on to a screw. If you kind of press that screw in there, they'll hold on to a screw. And yeah, even holding the screw upside down, shaking it around, they hold on pretty good. So the insulated screwdrivers, they make in all shapes and sizes. The set I have had 2 Phillips heads, 2 flat heads, and then 2 square heads. So just about everything you'd ever need working in an electrical box or whatever. You got a bunch of screwdrivers. Mainly you're just using like a flat head, a Phillips head, and one of the squares. But I keep them all in my little electrician's toolbox, if you will. But again, great for working inside close quarters like these. But sometimes when you're working in with one of these boxes or working in a really tight fuse box or panel or whatever you want to call it, you want to be extra careful. You don't want to go dropping a ground screw and shorten something out. And so that's where, even though these have serrations on them to hold those screws, that's where I thought these would be interesting. So let's open this up and see how well they hold a screw beyond the serrations on these insulated screwdrivers. All right, so here is the box they come in. We haven't touched these yet, but it kind of is really self-explanatory. These hold on to a screw. So let's open this thing up. So they are for different sized screws. So I don't know which one's your most common size. Let's just snap one on here and see what happens. So I think you just slide it over the head. Yeah, you just slide over the head of the screwdriver. So these are a little rubbery. So they just kind of grip around the shaft of the screwdriver. It takes a little work to get it on there, not too bad. Oops, so we need to kind of get this dialed in. There we go. So we want the business end of our driver exposed, but not so far that the grippers can't do their grippy stuff. So you can slide these all the way down if you're not using them. Oh, and that rotates. That's cool. All right, let's get a screw here. So here's our grounding screw that needs to go in this enclosure. I guess you just push the head of the screw through and, well, there we go. It's holding on. These install and uninstall really easy. They just slide off, slide on. That's great. So here's the use case where I think these would be really, really handy. Let's say you have to remove a screw from a really tight spot. Okay, so the yellow one has a larger neck. The red one has a smaller neck. I'm sure they'll both do fine. Say we got to fish a screw out of an enclosure. So we kind of just reach in. There it goes. It pops over the head of the screw. We unscrew the screw or bolt, and it holds it. So we can fish it out of where we're at instead of unscrewing it and it goes, you know, flying everywhere, right? You're in a really sensitive spot. Got to get this screw out. Oh, here we go. And of course it's a flathead because you're in an old house or something. And I go to fish it out and oh boy, my hands are, oh boy, I just caught the whole house on fire. See, using this guy. Could have saved my life. I go in here, fish out that screw. Yep, it's not even over the head all the way, but it's still gripping down. And it's not magnetic, which magnetic can be a problem here, because what if you're magnetized accidentally to the side of here and it's pulling your hand away and you're pulling in scraps of metal and causing sparks and stuff. No, this is all insulated, non-magnetic. So really easy to hold that bolt or screw or whatever, get it where it needs to go, screw it in, let go, and walk away with all of your limbs and hair and eyebrows attached. Yep, I like them. That will become a permanent part of the toolbox for when we're doing electrical stuff. How nice. And they come off pretty easy. And I think over time these will wear. You know, this isn't some kind of space age material. It's plastic and rubber, but soft and flexible here, hard and springy here, holds onto the screws, does what it's supposed to do. Great. I like these. These are wonderful. These Wera insulated screwdrivers, I love them. I love the handles on them. Good grip. And also I like the serrations on the end of these things, just to help you have a little more peace of mind when you're screwing around, so to speak. All right, we will see ya.